At time t seconds, the length of the side of a cube is x centimetres. The surface area of the cube is s centimetres squared, and the volume is v centimetres cubed. The surface area of the cube is increasing at a constant rate of 8 centimetres squared per second. We need to show that dx by dt is equal to k over x. So we're told that the surface area of the cube is increasing at a constant rate of 8 centimetres squared per second. So that's saying that ds by dt, the rate of change of the surface area, is constant and equal to 8. Now, I know that the surface area of this cube is the area of each of the faces. If its side is x, then the area of this side is x squared, so therefore the surface area of the cube is 6x squared, because you've got 6 lots of the x squared, 6 faces, each with an area of x squared. So what I could do then is I could say that ds by dx, I could differentiate s with respect to x and get 12x. Right, I can use these results to get dx by dt, what I want. I can say that dx by dt is equal to dx by something multiplied by something by dt. Now, given that I know that ds by dt is 8, I want to have that as my second fraction there. So the first fraction, I'm going to have dx by ds, which, notice, that is the reciprocal of this, ds by dx. So I can then say that dx by dt is equal to 1 over 12x times the 8 that I was given in the question, which is 8 over 12x, which simplifies to be 2 thirds times 1 over x, or just 2, you've written like that, or written like that. So basically k is 2 thirds. So that's part A. Part B, we need to show that dv by dt is equal to 2v to the power of 1/3. So we're talking about the volume now. So let's go back to our cube and write down an expression for the volume. The volume is going to be equal to x times x times x, or x cubed. So that's going to allow us to differentiate the volume with respect to x, which would be 3x squared. Now, I can now write down an expression to connect rates of change involving the volume. So I can say that dv by dt is going to be equal to 2dv by something times something by dt. Now, I have just written down an expression for dv by dx, and in part A of the question, I got an expression for dx by dt. So this is the 3x squared. This is 2 over 3x. So 3x squared times 2 over 3x. We can see that the 3's cancel, the x's cancel, and we just get left with 2x. But I needed to show that I need to get this in terms of v, not x. So let me go back to how v and x are related to one another. Remember, v equals x cubed. So therefore, cube root both sides, which I can rewrite as being v to the power of 1/3. So this is 2v to the power of 1/3, and this is what I needed to show. So that's part B. Moving on to part C now. Given that v equals 8 when t equals 0, solve the differential equation and find the value of t when v is 16 root 2. So let's solve our differential equation that we found relating v and t. So I want to separate the variables. So let me rewrite that equation first, just so it's a little bit clearer. Right, so we want to group up the v's together on one side of the equation. So we're going to have the v's on the left-hand side. So I'm going to divide by the v to the power of 1/3. So I'll have 1 over v to the power of 1/3 dv, and then we're going to put the dt on the other side. So we will have 2 dt. And we are now going to integrate to both sides. To help me integrate the left-hand side, I'm going to rewrite this as v to the power of minus 1/3. And now I can integrate both sides. So add 1 to the power. Minus 1/3 plus 1 is 2/3. Divide by the new power. So dividing by 2/3 is the same thing as multiplying by 3 over 2. Integrating 2 would give me 2t plus the c. Right, now we were told that v is 8 when t is 0. So let's use that to substitute in here. So the v is 8, the t is 0. So we get 3 over 2 times 8 to the power of 2/3 is c. So 8 to the power 2/3 is 4 times the 3 over 2 is 6. So c is 6. So let's update our equation then. We've got 3 over 2 v to the power 2/3 equals 2t plus 6. Now I want to find the value of t when v is 16 root 2. So I'm going to substitute 16 root 2 in here instead of the v. So we're going to have 3 over 2 times 16 root 2 to the power of 2/3 is equal to 2t plus 6. 16 root 2 to the power of 2/3 is 8. Times by 3 over 2 is 12. So 2t must be 6, and t is 3.